She's alive! She's alive! I am back on the Raider again. It has been several months since I've been able to ride this bike. You saw in a previous video, I was having some electrical system problems. Turned out to be the stator. After testing, we knew that, but once I got into it and took it out, you could really see how burnt out it was. So got that replaced, and since I was working on the bike anyway and it was going to be down for a while, I went ahead and replaced the fuel sending unit, which went out about 12 years ago. All that does is provide information for the fuel gauge, which, I mean, most bikes you don't use the fuel gauge anyway, you go off of mileage, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But I got tired of seeing the flashing light on the dash telling me the sending unit was bad, so I replaced that, and now there's no more flashing yellow light. So it took so long to do these repairs because I ordered the parts. I needed a new battery, some gaskets, crankcase cover gasket, the stator.
Shrimp kebabs, shrimp creole, shrimp gumbo, pan fried, deep fried, stir fried.
Just all kinds of stuff. And so I got that stuff ordered, and the box arrived. Unfortunately, it was ripped open along one of the edges where it had dropped in shipping. It had a big heavy battery in it and then a bunch of lightweight stuff in it with no packing materials. So I'm not sure how that was supposed to survive shipment, but obviously it didn't. So I had to contact the company I ordered from, and they sent me 3 replacement parts for the things that were missing. But then the second box arrived. It also was damaged in shipping and was missing one piece. So I didn't even bother getting back in touch with them. It was like a $2 part. So I just went to a local hardware store and sized up something that was the right size that I needed and took care of business. So here we are back on the Raider, enjoying some of these awesome back roads in Tennessee. I love these little narrow, like almost one-lane roads. They're well paved and everything, but they're just super narrow. So I've been wanting to do a new segment in my videos called Story Time with G. So gather around, kiddies. Many years ago, I started a company with 2 other guys. We had a multimedia agency. We did everything from graphic design to animation and video to straight up corporate design, presentations, audio, you name it. Anything multimedia, DVD authoring, interactive displays for kiosks, all that good stuff. We did really well and grew quite a bit in the first few years. We were a Future 50 company. And when we heard that there was an NFL team looking at Nashville, we started looking into that. It was the Houston Oilers, which, as you know, later became the Tennessee Titans. When they decided to land in Nashville, one of my business partners got our foot in the door with them, and we were able to produce a show called Titans All Access. It's still on the air today. We're not obviously doing it anymore, but hello, doggy. Please be nice to me. That was a little scary. So we were producing that show, and my responsibility in it was doing motion graphics, and I also handled live audio recording. So, you know, I'm carrying like a boom mic and in charge of making sure the lav mics are all working right and all that good stuff. So anyway, at this one particular game, I was supposed to help out with an interview with Steve McNair as soon as the game was over. So we had really good access, better than most media. We had sideline access. So we pretty much would spend the entire game on the sideline shooting audio clips and just, you know, things that we were allowed to do that we weren't restricted on. So it was the day I was supposed to do the Steve McNair interview, and I realized I had been holding it in for hours, and I really, really needed to pee. Like, really. I couldn't hold it any longer. There's about a minute left in the game, and of course, you know, you always get timeouts and stuff and pauses in the clock toward the end of the game. So I thought, well, that's cutting it pretty close, but I've got time. I'll go find a bathroom. So I went to the tunnel. It was packed full with journalists and media, and it was not even elbow room. It just, you could not. God, that dog scared me. Did you see him hunkered down like that, trying to jump out at me? Anyway, you could not get through that crowd. They were all facing into the field because they're coming out of the tunnels for, as soon as the game was over, they were all going to rush the field and get interviews, you know. So I'm pushing through this crowd of media people. There had to have been 100 people there. And I'm telling them, I've got to find a bathroom, got to find a bathroom. And somebody points to this unmarked metal door. So I thought, okay, sure, I'll try it. Thank goodness it was a bathroom. It was a one-seater. I could lock the door and do my business and be out of there. So I went in, I stood there, unzipped, and started to pee immediately with no adjustments. Man, that is the third dog that has charged me. And just started to pee with no physical adjustments of anything. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. So it was fine. I was peeing, and it was going in the toilet. Unfortunately, there were two streams. One was going in the toilet, the other one was going all down my leg, my right leg. And I'm wearing like my Sunday best, you know, a nice shirt, a tie, some cotton twill pants, you know, trying to look good for doing interviews and stuff. So here I am standing there panicking because the clock is almost out in the game. I've got pee all over the leg of the pants, like from the waistline almost all the way down to the cuff at this point. So I hurried up and took my shoes off, took my pants off, and stuck them in the sink and ran water and a little bit of soap over them. Oh my God. And then stuck them up into the hand dryer to try and dry them off. And I got them mostly dry, but you could tell, you knew something happened there. It was obvious that I had peed on myself. I'm losing my voice, man. I need to get back out and do more of these videos because I'm not used to doing it, losing my voice. Anyway, got it semi-dried, but you know what? When you've got pants like that, if you get them wet and then heat dry them really fast, the areas that were wet are now in lighter color than the rest of the pants. So I had to go back out through the crowd of people, and right as I was getting to the end of the tunnel, time ran out. So I got out there and did the recording just in time, but I had to stand there with my pee-pee pants on.